Mariah Carey has gone full dumbass in the recent performance, I guess you could call it, in Times Square, I believe it was, for the New Year's Eve party. She has nice titties, but everything else didn't go so well. It was maybe lip syncing. Maybe the monitors weren't on. I'm not really sure yet exactly what happened, but either way, she ended up leaving, storming off the stage, rather, upset. She was a little bit out of it. I don't know if it was like alcohol or drugs, or if, simply that someone in the audio department didn't cue something the right way. Was she supposed to lip sync and then the track never played? That could be that. Most likely it's that. It could also be that maybe the monitors just weren't working right for her, and she decided to she just couldn't do it. I mean, I will say that I was in a band as a singer, and I had a couple times where I just couldn't hear myself at all, and it was frustrating, and it was coming, and I could, once in a while, I could tell that I was just off, and it's maddening sometimes when you get up there and things just aren't working out. It's like, what are you going to do? So, it could be that just technical issues. But you know what? I'm sick of all these singers that just, they lip sync and they just play the stupid track over it, and as if we don't know, and it's just a big show, and I don't care. I don't like it. It's so fake. I'd rather a live performance. I remember a long time ago, Britney Spears was like, she did a lot of lip syncing, I feel like. But I will say, then I've heard Britney Spears do some stuff where she's not lip syncing. But I remember one time, I think it was on Ellen or it was on some show, she had a band. And like the band, and they played her song, and she sang it. And it was like it became like an organic song. Like it wasn't like even like the track. It was like they were doing the song, but it was like live band, and it was so cool because it was like, oh, I'm hearing that song, but done sort of like live for real. It wasn't like a DJ and her just out there dancing around. It was actually, she had a band, and I just thought that was really cool. And this is just lame as hell. But then again, so wasn't this whole thing. I mean, I don't know what Mariah Carey really has done since, you know what I mean? I just don't care for her anymore. I hear stuff, I'm like, I don't get that song. Like, I don't even know her songs anymore. So it doesn't even matter to me. I'm glad I didn't hear her song. I remember the song Hero back in like the late 80s or early 90s or something. That was a nice song. And then after that, I just I don't know. She's just, I don't know. I don't even like any of these singers now and any of these people because they're so full of themselves, divas, and they're just awful people. To be honest, I'm sure they're slapping people if they don't put their clothes on right. Like Beyonce, even, like, I'm disgusted by her, I feel like. But at least Beyonce, it's like, man, she got some songs that I recognize. But I don't know. I don't like any of these people anymore. And especially Beyonce. I mean, like, putting, basically racist performances. I mean, I don't know. If you did that, want to hear something funny about MTV, by the way? MTV is hilarious because, nowadays, like, they made that video about, like, I mean, years ago, they wouldn't let Nine Inch Nails perform because they had an anti-Bush political message. And MTV didn't want that, so MTV wouldn't let Nine Inch Nails perform. Now they're literally promoting that. That's what they're promoting now. Now they're promoting you terrible, bad, conservative white people. And I'm not a conservative, by the way. I was always a liberal. In fact, I voted for Obama. But it's just, but not now. I'll tell you what. I'm not voting for any of these criminal people. None of these people. I stay home. It's all a scam. But man, you know what? We're going completely off the rails here. The bottom line is, what did Mariah Carey do here? What do you guys think in the comments down below? Did Mariah Carey, was she trying to lip sync and things went wrong? Was it that she was on some sort of drugs or something? Was it the monitors weren't working? Was it her earpiece she pretended like she was pulling on an earpiece or appeared to be pulling on an earpiece or trying to fix an earpiece, but I never saw an actual earpiece in her ear. But anyway, what do you think the deal is? I mean, more coming out of this story. And many people would say, why is this a story? Why is this what we're talking about? There are people starving. There are people, real issues happening right now, real things being turned around as the administration leaves and turns it over to Trump. There's all kinds of serious things going on. Why are we talking about Mariah Carey, whether she lip synced or didn't lip sync? Well, you got a point there. You got me on that. But you know what? I don't know. But this is Shame on News, and you can't handle the news if you feel that way.
For more news right here on Shame on News.